Hi, you guys. So I just did a quick Facebook Live on our fan page with just a little bit about who Playful Fitness is for. So if you're wondering if Playful Fitness is for you, I shared that video into our group, and it's right below this one. So just click it and watch. It's about 3 minutes long, and it might give you some clarity on if this is an awesome place for you. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about diets, and in particular cheat days. I've talked to 4 friends just this week who have told me that they're super frustrated with their diet, and all of their diets include cheat days. And so I wanted to share a little bit about why Playful Fitness doesn't do diets. So we do meal plans, but they're not diets. And they're not diets for a reason. So I want to tell you why we don't do diets. And then I just want to give a little bit of background and context on cheat days. And why, if your diet has a cheat day in it, you're probably really frustrated with it. So at least frustrated with the results that it's getting you. So why diets don't work? There's really 2 main reasons that diets don't work. The first is mindset. We are hardwired as human beings for joy and for freedom. Almost every choice that we make in our lives is based on sort of the endorphin rush that we get from those happy hormones. Even things like making up a story about why something happened gives us an endorphin rush, because whether it's true or not, it lets us close the loop. And so biologically, as humans, we are hardwired for joy and we are hardwired for freedom. And so diets, whichever kind of diet you're on, goes 100% against your nature. So for your diet to work, you either have to be 100% committed to overcoming the way you're wired, or you'll eventually burn out or quit. So if you're like, I'm thinking about, we just watched a documentary about like super intense CrossFitters. Those people are putting their entire life energy into overcoming their hardwiring when it comes to diet, because they're pursuing joy and endorphins in another way. But if that's not you, if you're not like a super intense CrossFitter or a weightlifter or a body competition kind of person, a diet is just probably not for you, because you have to overcome your mindset, or you have to overcome your nature of wanting to live joyfully. Diets are restrictive and they're really not satisfying. So if you're on a diet, you're feeling restricted and you're not feeling satisfied. And so your nature, which is telling you, I want you to pursue joy and freedom, is constantly coming up against your diet. And for most normal humans, eventually we just give into that. So that's reason number 1 why diets just don't work, is you're literally going against your nature. Number 2 is that most diet plans are gimmicks and sort of fake your way into it. So let me explain that. Weight loss, from a personal training standpoint, is an incredibly simple formula. Weight loss equals fewer calories in than what is being expended. So what you're eating is just slightly less than what you're expending, and you will lose weight. Period, end of discussion. There's no magic pill. There's no crazy science to it. It is the simplest formula on the planet. If you tend towards an eating disorder, please don't hear that you shouldn't eat. Really, that formula is eat healthy food that has a lot of fiber and a lot of nutrients, and move your body. And that formula will work for you. So I want to hit on 3 like standard diets: low carb, high protein, and keto, that are out there right now. Low carb diets, you'll often, if you go on a low carb diet, you will probably lose a decent amount of weight fairly quickly. 90% of that weight is actually water weight. So low carb diets dehydrate your body. They cause you, low carb, high protein diets cause you to process water in a different way. So I'm sort of grouping low carb, high protein diets into one. But low carb diets often mean that you're not getting the nutrients that you need, because carbs are in things like potatoes and sweet potatoes are actually really good for you, and your body desperately needs those nutrients. So if you're cutting things like that out, your body's not getting the nutrients that it needs. And so eventually your energy is also going to decrease. Your kidneys are also overworked because you're losing a ton of water, and proteins tend to be higher in sodium just because of the way we cook them. So you're dealing with cholesterol issues and you're dealing with sodium issues. The reason low carb, high protein diets work is because they fit into that super simple formula of fewer calories in than the calories we expend. High protein, low carb diets tend to go with super lean meats like chicken and salmon and super lean beef. And so what's happening is that you're going with foods that have fewer calories than your potatoes, and so you're losing weight. But really, all you're doing is you're following the formula of fewer calories in than calories expended. So really, you're just following the formula, but you're also doing some damage to your body in the process. The second one I want to hit on is the keto diet. The keto diet was designed for Navy SEALs and Special Forces people who are moving their bodies and working out 4 to 6 hours a day. So there is science behind keto, and it is good, valid science, except for the fact that it's science that's based on not normal human beings. It's based on Navy SEALs and Special Forces. So when you eat fat, fat is super satiating, which means you feel full faster. So again, it's tricking your body. It's a gimmick to trick your body to eat fewer calories and burn them faster. To eat fewer calories than what you're burning, because you feel more satiated, you feel more full when you eat super high fat meals. The downside is that unless you are a Navy SEAL or a Special Forces person, you are not burning those calories fast enough to protect your body. And so super high fat diets lead to clogged arteries, they lead to higher cholesterol, and they lead to heart disease. Not saying that keto, if you're on keto, that's going to happen to you. Just saying that keto is a diet that's designed not for people who sit at a desk or go for walks. It's designed for Navy SEALs and Special Forces people. So both of those diets, low carb, high protein, and keto, trick your body into eating fewer calories than what you're expending. And so they do work as diets, but none of them are balanced and none of them are healthy. So when it comes to the way Playful Fitness thinks about diets, we go with just the standard balanced diet. So we do carbs, protein, fats, and we do it in a way that's delicious, in a way that's fun to cook, and in a way that if you eat it slowly and enjoy your food, you will fit into that formula of fewer calories in than the calories you're expending, and it's not a diet, you're eating things you love. So that's 10 cents on diets. I want to touch real quick on cheat days because that's something that's come up recently with a bunch of people I've talked to. So cheat days don't work for 3 reasons: mentally, hormonally, and physically. Mentally, if your diet builds in cheat days, what your brain is saying is that diet is bad, cheat days is good. And what we talked about at the very beginning, that you are hardwired for joy. Your cheat day is eventually going to become your everyday, because your cheat day is the day where there is joy and fulfillment and happiness, and your diet days don't have that. So eventually, unless you are so committed to overcoming the way you are naturally wired, which takes a lot of work, by the way, you are mentally eventually going to turn every day into a cheat day and your diet's going to be kaput. Number 2, cheat days destroy your body hormonally. So typically what happens on cheat days is we eat all the things that we're not supposed to eat. So we eat a ton of sugar, we eat a ton of carbs, we eat a ton of dairy, we eat a ton of gluten. I'm thinking like pizza, ice cream, French fries, all of that. Sugar changes your hormone levels. So if you're trying to stay balanced throughout your life and you have one day where you just pound your body with sugar, your hormones are going to go like this, your emotions are going to go like this, and your fat weight loss is going to go like this. Fat loss is all about hormones. And if you are every single week spiking your hormones, you're just going to have a lot of trouble losing weight. So mentally challenging, hormonally just awful. And then physically, if you think about it, when you do a cheat day, and you've been eating a bunch of vegetables and all of these other awesome things, and then you go on a binge and eat a ton of ice cream, ton of pizza, ton of whatever, you're probably going to have a sugar spike, you're going to have a giant sugar crash, and you're just not going to feel awesome. So as you're going through these days, you're getting on this diet, you're doing everything right, and then you have this cheat day, and you have this giant high and then this giant crash. And then there's something called depletion, which just means when our energy levels are low, we tend to make poor decisions. So when you have this giant sugar high and then this giant sugar crash, you are in depletion in that sugar crash. You are low energy and just not feeling awesome. And in those low points, we tend to make not great decisions, whether it's I'm not going to work out today, or I'm going to be unkind to my husband, or I'm whatever it is. You're physically putting your body on purpose in a depletion spot. And then the next day you're supposed to go back to your diet and do everything right. But you're starting from a place of depletion. It just doesn't work. So yeah, cheat days. If I could change one thing about the health and fitness world, I would just destroy cheat days because they just don't work. So if you're doing a diet, fine. Just don't do a cheat day. It's so unhelpful. If you're doing a diet and you're frustrated, get in touch with me and let's find a plan that works. And if you just need a tip, my number one tip is eat healthy, well-balanced meals that have vegetables, complex carbohydrates like quinoa or rice or spelt, some good grain, and a small serving of protein. Eat more plants than you do meat, and your body is going to change. So there's my 10 cents on diets and cheat days. Feel free to leave a comment. I would love to answer any of your questions. So if you watch this and you have a question, leave a comment and I'll hop in here later this week and answer it. And yeah, if you are curious about how Playful Fitness does meal plans, feel free to check out our 10-day program. It starts this Friday. I would love to have you guys in it. And yeah, leave me questions. Have an awesome day. Bye, guys.